This week on Project Freelance, I'm going to be talking to you guys about getting scammed. Freelancers getting scammed online. This is something that happens very frequently. It's happened to me before. You're going to hear my story in this podcast, but I wanted to say real quickly, if you guys prefer to watch this in a video format, there's actually a vlog on YouTube that this has been transcribed from. So if you guys are more visual learners, or if you just want to see this podcast in video form, you can go to youtube.com/justtheletterk. You can find it there, or you can just go down into the show notes. There will be a direct link there for you. And I hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Before we get into it, I want to let you guys know that there are a bunch of affiliate links down below to things like Solid Gigs, which is a website where you get weekly curated gig lists of video work, graphic design work, web design work, all kinds of different stuff. Check it out. Links are down below. I did a podcast with Preston Lee of Solid Gigs. If you guys want to listen to that episode, it was last week's. I'll link that down in the show notes as well for you. Other than that link, there are links to things like Adobe Stock. If you want to start selling your stock photography, or if you want to learn more about stock photography, head over there. And if you guys like good music, check out the band Chasing Satellites. They're my band, so you should check them out to support me. You know. And if you want to help me out further, head to patreon.com/justtheletterk, and you can help me out that way by giving me money from your pocket every month to get exclusive video access, perks, one-on-one Skype calls, all kinds of cool stuff. And lastly, I want to let you guys know that I am teaching courses on Skype. So if you go to justtheletterk.com/booking, you can book a session with me. I'll teach you how to edit. I'll teach you how to write a script. I'll teach you how to start filming things, photography, whatever it is that you need to learn that I can help you with. Head over to justtheletterk.com/booking. It's $50 an hour. Come hang out with me and be a guest on my podcast, basically, because I've been recording some of those sessions, and you can go back in the archives and you can listen to some of the fan sessions I've done from Skype. So without further ado, this is what it's like to get scammed and how to avoid it. As a freelancer, I deal with a lot of bullshit, right? As a freelance filmmaker, photographer, I deal with a lot of bullshit, a lot of client bullshit, a lot of people posing to be certain companies and sending fraudulent checks to people, and then them taking advantage of that situation, and the freelancer ends up suffering for it. So a couple of years, let me just take you back real quick. Before I do that, let me just tell you what's going on. So I think I got hired for a fraudulent job, and they have sent me a check, which I have a feeling is fraudulent as well. I'm going to go ahead and go through the process of I'm going to go to the bank and tell them what I think is going on, because maybe they'll be able to track it. And if it's not fraudulent, then this video obviously won't go up. But if it is fraudulent, I want this to be a message, like a PSA to every freelancer out there that this shit happens. So a couple years ago, I got hired on Upwork from a company, and they wanted to take the job off of Upwork, which, like, if you don't know what Upwork is, it's a freelancing website. If you're interested, all the links to this stuff is down below. I've been freelancing on Upwork for about 5 years now, doing editing jobs, film, photo jobs. So Hypebeast posted on Upwork saying that they needed a photographer to cover their fall line, and their budget was $5,000, which is sick. That's a great budget for like fashion, that kind of stuff. I was like, cool, this sounds legit. So I submitted to it, and they sent me a check to pay myself half of what I was going to get up front, and the second portion of what they sent me was to go to the models for the shoot. And they had set up like with a modeling agency, and I had to go and pay the modeling agency out of that money they sent me, because they wanted me to take care of everything, which is tight, whatever, I don't care. So I get the money, I put it into the bank, and then I like cashed out what I needed for the models, and I paid the models. Turns out the check was fraudulent, so my bank had to take the money out of my account, which is some bullshit. So if you guys want to help me out, you can buy a photo print, you can stream my music, listen to my podcast, or you can help me out on Patreon. I've got some stuff going on over on Patreon in 2019, so be sure to come over there. So on to what we're talking about today. So I'm pretty sure that this is fraudulent. So there's another site called Production Beast, and it's similar to Upwork. It's production jobs. So I submitted to a job for production or a director, a guy that wants to make a short film, and he was like, hey, I need a DOP for this short film. My budget is this much. I'm going to send you payment for the first week. It's like a 4-week process, right? So he offered me $1,500 a week to be a DOP for a short film, filming 3 days a week for 3 hours a day, which is like an incredibly generous budget. So that was the first thing that I kind of was like, really? But I charge $500 a day for my rate, so $1,500 for 3 days sounds good to me, right? So that works. But I usually work 5 to 8 hours a day, not 3 hours. So it seems like a little bit high, but I'm not going to say, can you pay me less money? So I went ahead and said, yeah, let's do it. Sent me over the script. I read the script. It was tight. So I get a text message that says, hey, I'm Lee. I saw your profile on Production Beast as a DOP. After reviewing your profile, I would like to hire you for an upcoming film shoot. Please kindly email me your resume so I can go through to send you over the full job details. Thanks. And then he said, good morning. I just want to let you know have sent you an email about the payment, which will be delivered to you latest by 8 a.m. this morning. Kindly let me know you got the tracking number in the email I sent your thank. Okay, so based on the language, I have a feeling this person, English isn't their first language, which means they might not even be in America, which means that they might be somewhere else. The last person, this Hypebeast thing, come to find out the person is a con man, and this is something that they've done multiple times. I've gone through Upwork, I've gone through the FBI, I've gone through the police department. They can't do anything, the police department or the banks, because it's technically a cybercrime, which means I have to go to the FBI, and the FBI is never going to get to my case because, well, the FBI has better shit to worry about than some kid that lost $5,000 for being naive, right? Fair. So I get another text. It says, good morning, here's the payment tracking from FedEx, which will be delivered to you this next morning. Kindly let me know as soon as you have it and make a deposit so the funds may be available for gear's purchase, including your first week's payment. I look forward to hearing from you. Hello, please kindly check your email for payment tracking details. This person said we're going to be meeting down the street from where I live tomorrow on the 27th. So I'm going to keep you guys up to date on what goes on with this. This is going to be kind of a long video. But right now, I got the check right here. And let's just see where this person is saying that they're from. Because the last time this happened to me, the person that sent the check was coming from Indianapolis, and they were actually based in Hawaii. And somebody had taken their old account details, put them on a check, sent me that check. It was just a clusterfuck. It was horrible. So this says it's for $3,503.00. Says it's an official check from Neighborhood Credit Union in Dallas, Texas. Here's the thing, like, you don't know, right? You don't know for sure what the deal is. So what I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to email him before I do anything with this check, because I'm probably not actually going to deposit it, because if anything happens, it could reflect poorly on my part from the bank's point of view. So I'm just going to tell this person that I got the check and I deposited the check. That's all I'm going to say. $3,500. This is very similar to what I've already been through, so I'm not falling for this shit again. It seems very sketchy. He just went up and sent me a check, like no big deal, no contract, nothing. He just sent me a check. So there's no contract. All I have is a script and this check for $3,500. I got the check and deposited. See you tomorrow. Boom. Sent. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm excited to blow the lid off of this pop stand, I guess I should say. But let me know if you guys have fallen for anything like this, if you've been scammed as a freelancer. I'm very curious to know about it. Okay, so right now I am headed to Chase Bank to speak to a teller about this check and see if there's anything I need to do about it. So the next audio you're going to hear is from my GoPro, so I apologize for the GoPro Hero 6. It sounds like it's in a waterproof case all the time, and I hate it. I should go back to the 4. But yeah, this is me depositing money at the bank, or me trying to go talk to a teller about this fraudulent check at the bank. I have this check, and I got it from like a freelancing job, and I have a feeling it might be fraudulent. Is there anything that I need to do about that? I haven't deposited it yet, but just the way the client's talking kind of makes it seem like it's not legit, and it's happened to me before, so I don't want it to happen again.
Right.
So if I deposit it and if it bounces, it won't like poorly reflect my account, will it?
Sometimes we do restrict your account.
Okay. And what does that entail?
Well, anything that's in there, it'll be restricted. Yeah, until we get this check verified.
Yeah.
It's a mess. So, I mean, looking at it, doesn't look real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the bank teller just told me that this is most likely a fraudulent check. I'm not even going to deposit it because it will restrict my account and I don't want it to reflect poorly on myself. So basically, I'm just going to tell the guy like, yo, did you send me a fraudulent check, you fucker? Don't fall for this shit, man. It happens. It's so easy to fall for this stuff, you know, especially when it's like that amount of money. You're stoked about it and then you get fucked in the ass by your own bank. It sucks. It's happened to me before. I don't want it to happen again, so I'm just not gonna fall for it. Freelancers, we're not taught about these things, about these scams, about these online, all this bullshit that happens online and people are taking advantage of, and I don't want that to be you. It's happened to me before, and when I got this email and I started getting the messages from the person, I started to like add up the pieces that it was similar to what has already happened to me. These people are finding us on freelancing websites like Upwork and Production Beast, Indeed, LinkedIn. They will find you. It doesn't matter where you are. They're sitting there counting their Benjamins, just fucking racking up money from freelancers that they've scammed like this. And it's horrible. And I hate that people are doing this, which is why I'm making this entire video. So basically, I applied as a DOP for a job on productionbeast.com. And this isn't Production Beast or Upwork. This isn't their fault. They do the best that they can, but I mean, it just fucking sucks that it happens. Okay, so I'm gonna read you this email from Sir Lee Gladstone, okay? And first of all, if your name is Lee Gladstone, I hope that English is your first language, and if it's not, where are you from? Because Lee Gladstone is like the widest name, and this person, no offense to them, their grammar, their English is not their first language, which was like the first giveaway. So this email looks like it was like copied and pasted, right? Okay, so it says, hello, greetings. I hope this finds you well. I received your resume in response to my text and sorry for the delay in response. Your resume has been reviewed and sounds pretty great with your experiences. About us, Gladstone Multimedia is a professional writer, producer, and digital media expert, moving picture producer, video editor, photographer, videographer, video artist, interactive designer, and illustrator. So Gladstone Multimedia, that company is a person, but not. We really feel we need some assistance at this time. That's why we need someone who can work with us hand in hand throughout the production period. We are presently working on a project, which I'm the director, which would wrap up soon. This upcoming project, you will be the DOP, and the start date would be the first of next month, which would last for just a month and 3 weeks as planned because it's a low budget filming, more or less part-time job that would be shoot in your area. Okay, Lee Gladstone. You didn't spell check or grammar check your email? As the DOP, you will assist the film director by establishing the visual look of the movie, and you will work closely with me and other crew throughout the production process, and your duties basically would be listed as below. You will plan, direct, and coordinates motion picture filming, confers with director motion picture regarding interpretation of scene and desired effects, observation of set or location, and reviews, drawings, and other information related to natural or artificial conditions to determine filming and lighting requirements. You will read charts and computes ratios to determine required lighting, film, shutter angles, filter factors. What is a filter factor? Camera distance, depth of field and focus, angles of view, and other variables to produce desired effects. Confers with electrician, chief to establish lighting requirements. Selections of cameras, accessories, equipment, and film stock, utilizing knowledge of film techniques, filming requirements, and computations. You will basically instruct camera operators regarding camera setup, angles, distances, movement, and other variables and signals cues for starting and stopping filming. You will basically instruct. These are the notes for my job requirements. I will basically be instructing. Views film after processing and makes adjustments as necessary to achieve desired effects. Specialization in special effects and be designated director of photography, special effects, including other things not been mentioned below. Okay, so then we have all the information. They put their website and their Vimeo and their IMDb, which looks like they spent a lot of time working on. Their IMDb URL takes me here. Known for one thing. Lee Gladstone, known for one thing. He actually went through and tried to set this up, man. Vimeo. We got some Vimeo links here where there are a bunch of, videos that he probably found. I don't even know where. But it looks pretty legit. But then I go back over here. Available position, DOP, 3 hours, blah, 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 blah. So it looks pretty legit, From here, like, you have all the weekly pay. You're like, damn, that's good for, that 3 days per week, 3 hours a day. Like 9 hours a week and you're getting $1,500. That's insane. Yeah, I'm down. And that's where all of your problems will start. So then he asks for your personal information so that they can send you a check, right? And so they sent me a check, and the check is fraudulent. I took it to the bank. I had it checked out. It is a fraudulent check, and I already knew it was just based off of that. And then we went into like the text messages, and the text messages are just ridiculous. So, like I said, Lee Gladstone doesn't sound like this person speaks English as their first language. So another thing that gave it away was they were texting me at 3:45 p.m. and they were texting me at 5:45 a.m. and then again at 3:45 a.m. So they're texting me around the same time every single day. 3:45 a.m. PST. You're on the other side of the world if you're awake and you're working right now. So that was a huge giveaway. They gave me a FedEx check. They sent a check through the mail, which is fine. That's how people do that. That's whatever. So I got it. And we were set to meet on the 27th down the street from the office. And they then decided to change the meeting day because of them needing to like wrap up a shoot that they were supposedly on. And I said, that's fine. I deposited the check, which I never actually deposited the check because I knew this was fraudulent and I didn't want it to reflect poorly on my bank account. So I didn't even deposit the check. I'm not going to deposit the check. The bank knows about it. And I said, do you have a contract? And they said, yes, of course. And I was like, can you send it to me? And they said, we'll sign it on that day. Why would you send somebody a check for $3,500 without having a contract with them first as a freelancer? Like that's a huge red flag for all of you guys. Like, just so you know, like that is a massive, massive red flag. Like you should absolutely never accept a check and deposit a check without having a contract in place, especially with somebody that's working remotely. And the other thing is then they asked for a receipt and I was like, no, I'm not going to send you a receipt because it has my banking information on it. Never deposited the check. I was just trying to like continue the conversation to see how far I could get. It's a little bit of entrapment, but you know what? It's okay because I'm trying to prove this. I'm trying to prove a point to you guys. I told them the payment would process today, and look at these texts. Like, you can't even type out the entire word. And why are we texting? Why are we not sending emails? Why did the communication go from being so professional to this person talking to me in texts, asking how I am, whatever? Would like to know if you can get some cash out today and send to the sellers for the gear purchase since you said the funds has been processed. I said I can pay them with a card on their website. Just let me know what gear I need to order and I'll get it. And then this is another red flag. They wanted to be sent to them through Walmart to Walmart money transfer. If you can get cash out, I can send you their info to send the money to via Walmart to Walmart money transfer at any Walmart store. I said, I don't do business like this. Sorry, let me know their site info and to order the gear and what gear to get. Then they said, I told you already, you'll deduct your first week pay and send the balance for the gears. They only gave agent to pick up money at any Walmart location. So what you need to do is make the payment at a store or only if you can make the transfer online at Walmart site. I said, how do I order the gear? Who is the company I need to order it? It's a private seller and they don't have company, yet all they do is they have agent who will pick up money at Walmart store. Please kindly take out cash from your bank and send it at any Walmart store. As soon as they receive the payment, it's going to be shipped to you latest by tomorrow morning. So many red flags. I said I would like to speak to them. Thank you. And they said, please, can you do this as instructed? This has been explained to you from the start, and you made me understand that you were aware of this in my email confirmation. I said, after I speak to the company I'm renting gear from, then yes, of course. I'm being a professional and making sure everything is in order. And I said, no, you said nothing about Walmart payments in the email. You said I'd be getting gear from a company. Then Lee Gladstone replied, of course, everything is in order, only you slowing things down. I need to simply speak to the company. I'm not slowing anything down. This is just how business works. Then he says, what I told you was this, that you will deposit the check and when it goes through, you will deduct your first week payment and have the rest of the balance set to gear seller on delivery to you as soon as payment is confirmed from you to them. I told you all arrangements as been made. All you need to do is send it to them and I will give you their info to send it. So that's all. I said, yes, that's what you said. There's nothing there about payment with cash or Walmart. I never got a website or a company name either. If arrangements were made, then you would have paid them on your end. And said, can you please go through the email again for a better view? I said, I did. I am happy to pay them for the gear, but I want to do it in a professional manner. Thank you. Please send me their website and contact info and I'll get everything to them. Then they said, I never mentioned Walmart, and now I told you they want it to be sent to their agent who will pick it up at Walmart. As you know, today is Sunday, have gotten the info from them last night. They don't have a website. I already made this clear, sending you your first week payment, and you never said you want to do it professional, and now I'm telling you to send money for the gears as agreed. But thank you, this too far after you have your first week pay in your bank and holding on to gear fees. Why can't you just listen to simple instructions and send this to avoid any delay? I'm sure this doesn't take you anything to do. Are you there? I said, you assume that a freelancer that applies for a job on a freelancing site doesn't want to be professional? I'm on a film set, which I made up. I'm just going to call this person and see what happens.
Hello, no one is available to take your call at this time. Please leave a message after the tone.
Never going to answer the phone. So basically, I told them that I reported them and I said that I know the check is fake because I got tired of playing the game. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to go through this whole thing. I have other better things to do. You guys don't even, what would have happened? I don't even know what the next step would have been to, fake a receipt for them and, do all that stuff. I don't have time. I don't have time for it. I really don't. And I knew that they were fake. I knew that they were trying to scam me. And I was over it. So I was like, yo, you've been reported. And this is me reporting to you guys what happened. Yeah, the check is fraudulent. So this person is scamming people. So I want you guys to be on the lookout for Lee Gladstone. And to the real Lee Gladstone, I'm sorry that your name is being used. And Gladstone Multimedia, I know there's a Gladstone Multimedia company in Canada. I'm sorry that they're kind of using your name. And I hope that everything, I hope nobody falls for this scam because this is some shit that happens all the time. So be on the lookout for stuff like this. Let me know if you guys have ever been scammed online. This is a real thing that happens, and I want people to know about it because it's horrible. It's horrible what it does to our livelihood. And good luck with everything, guys. put some links down below to your demo reels. I want to see what you make, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Stay strong, keep enduring, and do not fall for these fucking scams. All right, well, I hope you guys got something out of this podcast. It is a brutal, brutal world out there for us freelancers, and we got to have each other's backs. So hopefully this helped you guys out. If you, like I said, want to watch this back, you can do so at youtube.com/justtheletterk. Go get your fill on all things Project Freelance over there, as well as on Anchor.fm, Soundcloud, anywhere that podcasts are available, you will find Project Freelance. If you liked the podcast, be sure to give it a rating and some feedback so that we can help other creators just like you become better freelancers. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Project Freelance. Come back next week for another one. Can't wait to talk to you guys then. Stay strong, keep enduring, go out there and create something. Oh, and if you're into vlogs, if you're into abandoned places, I have 3 videos coming out this week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. 2 of them will be from events. One is from the SHOT Show in Las Vegas. One of them is from the NAMM convention in Anaheim. And the third one is from an abandoned water park that I explored between Vegas and California. And those will all be coming out this week. So be sure to head to youtube.com/justtheletterk to check out more. Thank you guys. And also follow me on socials at KAnagonia on Instagram and Twitter. And to see my photo and video work, head to no.tracers on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you next week.